live streaming on Squirtle?
Do what?
Are you live streaming on Squirtle?
No. Prep Nation.
All right, folks, we got here a little bit late due to our directions. Long story short, gave us 15 minutes extra trip once we actually punched in the physical address. So we did not calculate enough times to get here to Henrietta. First two innings, it has been 10 hits for Dewar. They are all low game of a three-way pairing between Mounds, Meeker, and Dewar. 3 and 4A squads versus a Class A for the fall fast pitch, and I believe they're bumped up to 3A for the spring classification. It has been 2 hits for the Golden Eagles and no runs, 1 error, and 10 hits for Dragons. They just knocked in 3 runs as we were getting the camera set up. 7-0 commanding lead here, top of the 3rd inning. Next game up will be Meeker and Dewar. Just a reminder, in the middle of the games, we will be doing award presentations for Temperance Parker and Emma Baird. So look for that. We'll make the video available at the conclusion of this game, and then we will hand out the belts for the All-State Awards from the 2024 Fast Pitch season. Just off the glove, can't quite snag it, and there is a base runner on. Three hits now on the day for Mounds. Runner at first trying to get into this game. Also at second, back-to-back plays here. 2-0 count at the top of the 3rd. Over to second base, gets the fielder's choice 4-3 tag, just off on the tag, so they'll have him at second and 3rd. However, 2 down now for the Golden Bears, or Golden Eagles, correction. Deep shot out to left field, and it is a fly out. So Mounds strands 2, Best opportunity they've had yet to get on the board, unable to do so. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be the Dewar Lady Dragons coming up to bat. You're watching PNTV coverage, doubleheader action here at Dewar High School. Our PNTV games of the day. All right, leadoff single out to right field. She's going to turn this into a double. Ian safe, and Dewar once again doing what Dewar's done. Bauman with the double and a really perfectly executed ball. Not much the other team could do to get to it, and pretty much sets up now Faro for an opportunity, or Fair, I should say, to drive her back in. But this game in potential run rule territory, I mean, it is moving and humming along. Normally, we would have broadcast this game and the Meeker game coming up. I apologize for missing 2 innings. We just punched in Dewar, got the address, and between doing the city and then the exact location of the park, it actually added 15 minutes to the trek. Hadn't anticipated changing that much from just the edge of town or city limits. And so I apologize. We did get here an inning late, and then by the time we got the camera set up, you missed Dewar's at bat in the bottom of the second, where they piled on some more runs. That's another blooping single out to right field. She's going to round circle in home RBI single. Dewar leads 8-0. Lady Dragons rolling to their potentially 21st victory of the season. It has been an exceptionally good year for Dewar athletics and football, state champions. Baseball and softball both making it deep into the state playoffs in the fall, and then both the slow pitch and baseball team doing exceptionally well in the spring season. Last I checked, the boys undefeated, the girls near perfect, 20-1 on the year. And I think they did have an original game against Meeker canceled due to inclement weather. So picking that up here in the three-way, that game will follow after this goes final. In between the games, we will do an award presentation for Emma Bear and Temperance Parker. So please keep that in mind. But if you haven't been out here, beautiful facility, kind of on the back side of Henrietta. And our first time to actually be here at Dewar High School. Ball is low in the dirt. Alluding to the boys Dewar squad, 25-0 on the year. I mean, they are looking like a serious threat for a state championship squad. Be fun to see. They're in the new A1 classification. I don't know that that's any easier for people to understand than A1 or A2, but just means that they're in the larger classification for Class A schools. Pitcher flicks it over to the third baseman, gets the fielder's choice tag out. So officially a 1-5 toss out. Runner remains first and now second. It's going to be a free-for-all fun month coming into May for slow pitch. I call it jokingly the Hitters League. It's very hard to handicap how the games will go because it traditionally does favor the teams that have the best hitters. In slow pitch, it's a batting league. In fast pitch, it really is a pitcher's league. If you have the guns, if you have the weapons, double play, so an assist on the one, throws it to four, and Dewar unable to get the other runners in. Your score through 3 full innings, Dewar 8 and Mounds 0. PNTV coverage brought to you by Simple Simon's Pizza. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we will be doing an award presentation for both Emma Bear and Temperance Parker. Notable teams in Class 3A for slow pitch that are doing exceptionally well this season. We alluded to Dewar. Other teams are Arapahoe Butler. They're at 22-6 on the year. Fairland 18-4, and then probably Tuska would be one of the co-favorites, I would think, to play for state for the championship game. 17-5 for the Lady Tigers. After that, there's a couple of teams that have kind of decent records. Kanawha 11-3 is one that stands out. And then you have to go all the way across the other side to the Caddo Lady Bruins at 16-4, looking for an 8-peat. It would in effect be 4 for the fall, 4 for the spring. They're the team to beat. Hydro Eakley at 17-2 looks really good. Apache 13-5, and then possibly Ripley 14-4. So keep an eye on those squads as we get closer to the state playoffs. It should be a really exciting 3-4 weeks as we wrap up invitational tournaments for the smaller classes here in the next few weeks. And then we start heading into the regional, I should say districts, regionals, and then area tournament is a thing of basketball. But then we go straight into state. So it'll be back to back weekends in May for BA and 2A, followed by 3, 4, 5, and 6A to wrap up the baseball and softball seasons. We will be announcing our selections for semifinalist players of the year, and then we may do the All-State nominations after the fact. That way we can get all the names in properly. We name them, and then we get more in after we name them, and then we have to amend the list. And so we may go ahead and just name the semifinalists for player of the year and then the finalists, and then do All-State selections after. Seems to be preconditioned with a lot of coaches to send them in at the end of the season, not during the season. So we will try to keep you updated on that. Fly out to center field, 1 down. Best inning so far was the third for Mounds. They had runners that got to first and second, tried to get to third, hit into a tag out, and then left 2-1. It's about as close as they've gotten. 3 hits on the day. It's been all Dewar, though. 13 hits. They've hit just about every kind you can. And they have moved runners generally at will. The only exception, the last inning, they did strand and leave 2 on and only got 1 run. Just over the head of the right fielder. That's going to be a double. And the Golden Eagles now in business, back-to-back innings with a runner at second. Bishop now batting for Mounds. Rolls it out to the third baseman, E5. Runner at first. We're coming up to the plate next for the Golden Eagles. They've got an opportunity here, really cooking. No outs, or correction, 1 out after the fly out. Just their 4th hit of the day, and threatening now here in the top of the 4th inning. another error back to back. However, we're going to have a very untraditional 7-5 toss out on the fielder's choice. Just goes right between the gloves of the second error of the inning for the shortstop in a flex position. Right now, they've got the 10 player. I think you would just better say that there's a double shortstop, elongated third, and so multiple infielders. So we'll go with a middle infield formation with the double alignment at shortstop, third, and the hybrid 10 spot. Usually they roam those kind of out in hyphenated center right field is what I call it. So back-to-back fielders choices. This one officially being the 10-5 toss out. And so Mounds unable in back-to-back innings to convert. They remain scoreless. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be the Dewar Lady Dragons coming back up to the plate. It'll be back to the top of the lineup in the bottom of the fourth inning for Dewar. Harvell and then Maldonado and Hall will be up to bat for the Lady Dragons. Very fast flowing game so far. Original pairing announced, and it is a makeup game with Meeker, so a three-way format. That one's going to get right through for a little blooping single. Another base runner on for Dewar. Maldonado will come up to the plate looking to drive her around once again. Ball gets away from the catcher. We'll resume with a 1-0 pitch count. 13 hits on the game. There's now kind of evened up on the errors, 3 against Mounds, but now 2 in the same inning. And Dewar squandering some opportunities to get this in potential run rule territory right off the bat. Had a chance in the third, and then unfortunately for the Dragons, unable to move the runners around. And unfortunately for Mounds, getting into fielder's choice tags 4 different times with runners at first and second. Just having a really hard time getting that extra runner over to third. Fouls it. Nope. Yeah, it does. It stays in. Thought it might hook over a little bit farther. Looked like it was tracking toward more to the dugout, but it was right on the line. So easy recorded out. And now Hall up to bat for Dewar. Just got pulled on the right side of the ball and flicks it up. Just off the plate. Fly out to center field, turns, spins, records the out. Base runner goes back to second. It is now 2 down. Coming up to the plate, one of the go-to players for Dewar, both in the fall and spring, Miss Emma Bear. She is one of our 2 players being awarded All-State honors for the 2024 fast pitch season. And very quickly pops over a single, and it is back to 2 runners on first and second. So by my math, this is the 4th consecutive inning that Dewar has had multiple base runners on. They've scored so far in all three prior innings. However, the bottom of the third was their least productive, as they only plated one run after doing 7 through 2 innings. Called strike. This one's going to hook up and perfectly bloop. She's going to round home. The cutoff throw is going to be intercepted, and that keeps the streak alive. 4 consecutive innings, RBI single for Bear. Runs score in every inning now for the Lady Dragons, and they take a 9-0 lead on the 15th hit of the game. I believe Barry's next up to bat. I didn't catch her number when she turned sideways there. Number 55, got it. So correction on that. Bauman is at the plate. She drops it right over to the second baseman, so we'll have the fielder's choice tag out. And the score now through 4 full innings, 9-0 Dewar over Mounds. We'll head at the top of the 5th inning. It'll be the Golden Eagles coming up to bat. You're watching PNTV coverage, doubleheader games of the day. Over to the shortstop, and they get the ground out, 1 down. strikeout officially, 2 down. That may do it, folks. She pops up and flies out, and I believe it's now a final score of 9-0 since we've hit 5 innings. Just going to confirm that.